How's it going? It's Eric from YOCAHER Skateboards. We're back at Chino Hills Skate Park again. Today we've got, you can see, some grip tape, a deck. We've got the YOCAHER Samurai Blue Dragon series. Pretty cool graphic. So we're gonna set this up. I'll show you how I like to grip it, and we'll go from there. And then we're gonna have a couple trick tips in this video that we're gonna go through, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So I'm gonna take you through the whole setup process. So you're gonna peel the grip tape from this little paper right here, just like a sticker. So it's just gonna be just like a sticker. What's cool about this grip tape, it's got the perforated holes, so when you put it down, if there's any air bubbles, you can just press it out. So we're gonna go ahead and get this out of the way, but we're gonna keep this. So this is kind of important right now. I'm gonna put it right there, and then so I'm gonna apply the grip tape. So pretty much just like I said, a sticker. You're gonna line it up with the board. So go from one side, make sure it's lined up, then we're gonna just lay it down. It's a little hot out here, so there we go. Yeah, I don't advise trying to grip the board outside in the heat if it's your first time. Probably set it up on a table, like a little work area inside, just because first time could be a little intimidating, and if you don't set it right, you might get some wrinkles in it. But the perforated grip, see how I just put it down, there's no holes, and if we see any at the end, then I can just kind of hammer them out. But that's what's cool about the grip tape that has the holes punched out. There's a lot of grip tape companies that don't have that, and you got to be a lot more precise when laying down the grip tape. So I'm going to take the backing of it, and I just like to go like this just to make sure there's no holes. Just go through. Your hand's not going to get tore up by the grip. So that's what I like to do right there. Just kind of something I've always done. So it looks like we're good. So the next step is you want to have an outline. So we want to have kind of like a marker to see where we're going, because if you just try to grip it right now, your blade's going to be going everywhere and you're not going to be able to see what you're doing. So I like to just grab a screwdriver, any like kind of metal object or any just kind of sturdy. Usually you want to use a file. If you're at like a skate shop, they'll have a file, but you can just take a screwdriver, little piece. And so what I'm going to do is I'm making that outline right now. So that's just going to be, not only is it going to be our template to what to cut, it's also going to set the grip tape. It's going to file it down a little bit more, so when we do cut it, then you're not going to, say if I do a flip trick and your board lands upside down, you're not going to have the grip tape coming up. So kind of dual purpose on it. So we're finding that spot. What's funny is we're sanding down this little tool, but after a while, if you grip a lot of boards in there, it'll get nice and hard, so it'll be easy to file down over time. And I wouldn't advise doing it with a brand new tool, like a brand new screwdriver, because you're gonna wear it out. I have some at home that are look like a prison, like little shank, because I've done it so much, and it's not really a screwdriver anymore, just a tool, just for me to set up boards now. Flies out here. All right, so there it is. We got the little outline for it. Everything looks good. So now you really want to be careful when handling these. So this is a razor blade. Find them at hardware stores. I don't know, you might have one in your garage. Maybe your parents have them. So just always be very careful handling these, because they are extremely sharp. You don't want to play around with these. But also other blades work well too. Like this is just like kind of a utility blade. You can use that. I've even been so desperate to grip a board when I don't have a razor blade, I've used a pocket knife. I don't advise that because it dulls the blade pretty bad and not the safest thing, but I'm going to show you how to hold this blade. So how I like to hold it, kind of just pinch it right in about like the middle part, and I always keep my finger at the top right there, and that's for stability. So next is we're gonna get into cutting. So I always pick a spot right about here, and see how See how sharp it is? I just pressed on it. So I'm gonna make that little incision right there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grip around. Well, actually, I can show you how I first learned. So that's typically how I would have done it, and then just follow around. But when I first learned how to grip a board, long time ago, a guy taught me how to do it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this around. So I'm gonna make 4 incisions. So we'll make a cut right here. And I'll make another cut right here. Lift that up. And then it kind of makes it easier if you're just learning how to grip a board, because usually I would just start from that first cut, go all the way through in one motion and be done. But it's kind of tricky getting the hang of the angle that you're going to be putting the blade at. So let's see, where was our cut? Right there. So next part is just how you're going to angle the blade. So I'm going to angle the blade like this. I know you're probably thinking you don't want to cut towards you, so I'm going to do that, but be very careful like I said. So we're just going to angle the blade right here and make sure you get the cut, and we're going to just go all the way around. So, and I'm going to grab the excess pieces so it can stabilize the cut. So we're just going to go around, and finish off right where I made that first incision. And so then we're going to do the same on the nose, and then afterwards you'll see what we have left. Right. Coming around. Oh, we got a beetle with us. Get out of here. Oh, he's back. He's back. He's mad. Get out of here. We're trying to film. He's back. See? Never know what's going to happen out here. That was pretty funny. Like I was saying, I'm coming around. Got another fly down here. We're just in the wild right now, huh, Enzo? You're in the jungle. So I'm going to cut right there. So then we'll have our nose and tail already cut out. So the last that we have are these 2 strips. So the hardest parts are the nose and tail to grip when you first start. So now we just have these 2 strips, and you just go straight down, and you'll have 2 lines. And just make sure right there, when I was hitting that beetle, I accidentally hit the grip down. So you're gonna make sure it's still staying up, because we don't want it to be covering the layers when you're cutting. Alright, so we're gonna start back again right here. Grab the end, and then we're just gonna follow it all the way down. And when you first start gripping a board, if it doesn't come out perfect, don't trip. It's just grip. Like, you're gonna mess it up as you skate. But as the more reps that you get in gripping your own board, you're gonna get more comfortable, and it'll come out exactly the way you want it. And you can even get creative with it. I'm not very artistic, to be honest, so for me, I just do a simple kind of grip, but you can cut designs into it, get really creative. Use other colored grip, cut that up, make your own design. Yeah, it's definitely almost an art form in itself to how people grip their boards. So I'm gonna get the scraps that we have right here and gonna sand down the board. So this is gonna prevent any of the grip kind of coming up. Like I said, we're in the heat right now, so the adhesive might be a little stickier or might not stick as well. So that's why I just always do that. So that's the final product. So we went over just making those 4 incisions, go around the nose, go around the tail, and just to make it a little easier, and then you have those last 2 strips, and then that's the finished product. It's really easy. At first it's a little difficult, but if you just follow those tips, I'm sure after a couple boards you'll be pretty proficient and won't have to make those 4 cuts and can just go all the way around. But that's the way I teach people. That's the way I was taught, so I hope that helps. Yeah, and now we're gonna get into some of the tricks that we got planned for today. Thanks. Alright, so let's get into the trick that we're going to be doing today. Today is going to be the power slide. It's a pretty simple trick that I think everybody should learn or try to attempt. So what the power slide is, it's going to be putting your board sideways, either front side or back side, and it's kind of in the name, it's a power slide. So you just slide on all four of your wheels going sideways. It's really cool. It's almost like drifting when race car drivers or the little Fast and Furious dudes, when they get sideways. I think it's kind of like the same way, and it's a useful little tool. So say if you're going down a hill and you're gaining too much speed, so it's also a way to kind of like an e-brake. If you put your board sideways, you're going to start sliding and lose some of that momentum, and when you straighten out, you won't have as much speed. I use it for hills. I use it just cruising around. When I skate transitions, I'll do power slides to kind of speed check. Say if I'm coming up to an obstacle where I have too much speed and I know something's going to go wrong, I'll put the board sideways and power slide and, you know, try to readjust the speed so I can hit a different obstacle. Or sometimes it's just for style. Like right here, I'm going through the corner of the skate park, and I like to just pump right there and then power slide on my back two wheels. So there's the front side, the back side power slide, and then there's a couple other variations. Like right here on this pyramid, I'm going to be going up and I'm going to be sliding on my back two wheels again, and it's called the Booger Slide. It's like kind of unofficial name. That's what I've always heard it being called. It's what I always call it. So yeah, there's so many different things you could do with it. You can get super creative with it. But if you don't want to really do it into a trick, you can kind of just learn it just as a, like I said, a tool, like kind of maybe emergency brake. Really fun though. You can do it on all sorts of things. I would recommend the surface that you're going to want to be doing it. It's something smooth, like a skate park kind of concrete where it has a lacquer on it and it's real slick. You can do it on asphalt if it's pretty smooth, or just any kind of, I always say just the Costco floor. So if you ever go to Costco, Sam's Club, any of that stuff, that floor is real smooth, and yeah, you can just practice on there. I wouldn't recommend doing it on rough surfaces at first, because in order to do it on the rough surface, you're gonna have to be going really fast, and there are some things that can go wrong with the power slide. If you don't level your board back out, you can kind of fly forward, or if you lean too far back, you can fly back. Just you want to have a nice center of gravity. This is kind of the point of view that I like to do a power slide. So I'm in an ollie position. I have my back foot on the tail, front foot right around the front two bolts, maybe a little behind, and just have a lot of pressure over both. You don't want to be one way or the other. You don't want to have too much pressure on the back, on the tail of the board or the nose of the board, because that's gonna make the board go shift one way. So you kind of want to evenly distribute your weight on it. And then yeah, it's pretty simple. There's not too much to it. It's kind of like those ones where it's trial and error, see what's comfortable for you, but it's definitely super fun, and you could have a lot of fun with friends. Like I remember when I was younger, we would do power slide contests at the park and see who can go the farthest with staying on their board. So yeah, it's really fun. So I hope this helped. If it did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and yeah, give us a comment on what else you'd like to see, because we did get this actually requested a while ago about power slide. So we're finally starting to get caught up with everybody's requests. So if you have one, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and we'll tackle it as soon as we can. All right, thanks.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. We have new videos coming out every week. And if you have any requests for any other future videos, you know where to find us.